Hey, this is Oren Lieberman coming to you from a bomb shelter in Jerusalem where we have spent, frankly, much of the past hour since the Israeli military and Israel's Home Front Command gave the order that there were incoming Iranian ballistic missiles and ordered not only Jerusalem here, but also pretty much the entire country and major population centers in northern, central, and southern Israel into bomb shelters ahead of those incoming ballistic missiles. We got 2 rounds of warnings from the military saying dozens of missiles in each case, dozens the first time, dozens the second time were incoming. In fact, we heard the red alerts here going off in Jerusalem, essentially a loud siren that can be heard no matter where you are in the city as we made our way down here. And then even 1 floor below ground level in the bomb shelter here, we were able to hear what sounded like some of the intercepts, and friends and colleagues that I've talked to have described how incredibly loud they were as Israel's air defense system, that is the Arrow 3 missile, David Sling, intercepted some of the incoming missiles, but not all, and that's a key point to make here. Iran was able to fire enough missiles that it looks like some were able to get through. Israel's Magen David Adom, which is essentially the Israeli Red Cross, said their emergency responders were at 7 different sites, likely meaning 7 different impact sites, looking for reports of injuries, looking for people who were wounded as well as damage. We saw some pictures of damage to cars and buildings, potentially from shrapnel, potentially also from missiles that got through. That is something we will learn about as we get into the morning hours, and we can better be able to see what's going on here. Israel's Magen David Adom, as I'm talking to you now, has said there were 7 injuries, at least 1 moderate, largely from shrapnel from the incoming intercepts. They just lifted the order a short time ago that we can leave the shelters. That's the first time they've lifted that over the course of the past hour, so we'll head out of here in just a little bit. But it is worth noting that the first heads up that we have to be near shelters came nearly 19 hours ago when Israel began its, what it called, a preemptive strike on waves of Iranian targets. The first numbers we got were 200 fighter jets striking 100 different targets, including multiple locations in Tehran and across pretty much the country of Iran. Immediately, Israel warned its citizens that there could very well be a massive retaliation, larger than we've seen in 2 previous rounds, and those in and of themselves were incredible in their size. Hundreds of ballistic missiles in each case, hundreds of drones as well. And in fact, we did see 100 drones launched earlier today, but many of those intercepted outside of Israeli airspace. It seems, according to the Israeli military, only 1 may have penetrated Israel's airspace in the north before it was shot down. But ballistic missiles are an entirely different ballgame together, and that ballistic missile threat, that incoming fire, is exactly why we have spent the past hour down here in a bomb shelter. You can see the order was lifted, so the door here, and there are a number of these doors on the ways in and out of here. This is part of what keeps us safe, in addition to all the concrete around us. I will take you here just to take a look here. There obviously isn't great cell reception, so I apologize. We'll try to move slow here. Sanjeev, watch us step right in front of you. And then you'll see another TV crew here, another door for safety here. This is where we have spent much of the past hour. This is where, frankly, the entire country has spent much of the past hour. And where we were finally, just a short time ago, and we'll head back to our location here, where we were finally able to head out. There is, of course, that there is more incoming, and Israel has still been ordered to pay attention to the instructions of Home Front Command. Israel had warned pretty much from the very beginning that Iran has the capability to carry out retaliation much beyond what we saw after October, after April, and that threat is still very much alive. Although Israel struck many targets, including ballistic missile sites and other sites in Iran, the threat of continued retaliation, a threat that would force Israel into bomb shelters again, that very much remains active, and we will do our best to keep you posted. Thank you.